It's a beautiful day out and it's a perfect time to go for a hike. Going to be taking the heavy bag with me today, so it's got about 35 kilos in it, roughly, a little bit over. And it's a tough workout. It's going to be a tough session, but out in nature, it's always great. I'll get a bit of video footage for you. The whole point of today's video and also today's workout is about grit. If you follow and like people such as Jocko, David Goggins, Truett Haynes, Cameron Haynes, those type of guys, you'll know that there is no shortcut, right? The saying that there is a shortcut, an easy way of doing something, is absolute rubbish. It is a load of crap. So if people are looking for shortcuts, easy ways of doing stuff, this is not the video for you. If you want to learn how you can make it through and build the grit, the resilience, and get stronger, then stay tuned and subscribe and like to the channel, and also join my School Games community where I can give you coaching and insight so I can share my knowledge. Basically 15, 16 years now of sports performance, personal training, corrective exercise, that sort of thing. And I've done a whole host of other stuff. But anyway, the point being is, if you want to get stronger, fitter, healthier, you want a better connection to what your purpose is in life, what your skills are, it takes time and it takes effort and it takes grit and blood and sweat and tears. And it's not an overnight thing, it's not an easy thing. And you've got to ask yourself why. I've said this before in videos, what's your reason why? And then you just have to keep taking steps forward and fall forwards. You know, if you're going to get knocked down at points in life, you're going to overcome challenges and obstacles, you're going to have setbacks and failures. That's absolutely fine. That is all part of what happens and it's part of the process. So I'm going to go out now, I'm going to go and do my hike. It's in the hills, it's a very hilly route. Obviously carrying that weight is, I'm not going to lie, it sucks. It really sucks. It's really freaking difficult, and it builds that mental resilience and grit so that when hard things come up in life, I know that I've built that fortitude and that inner strength, almost that inner sanctuary of what I can overcome, what I can do, because I push myself physically. That's my route to it. That's how I do it. I push myself physically, and that helps me mentally. The other thing is being out where I am now, being out in nature, it's a fantastic way to just switch off. I mean, I'll have the phone for a little bit to do some videoing, but no phone, no notifications, anything like that. Just completely switch off. Be out in nature, enjoying nature. It's a time to just completely switch off and be present in the moment and present with what's going on. So stay tuned. I'll do some updates as I'm going along with the hike and stuff, and how things are going, and some further insights, because I also tend to find when I'm out and I'm exercising and in nature, that's when I get a lot of insights and thoughts that come to me. So again, stay tuned, follow along. Oh, one more thing. I remember yesterday when I was at the osteopath, he said there was a guy that he treated recently who said he had spent the majority of his life trading his health to gain wealth. Now he is spending the latter part of his life using his wealth to regain his health. So something to think about on how important is your health, and how important is it to chase some of those goals and dreams if they're just for material things, if at the end of the day it's going to have a really big impact on your mental state, your physical state, and overall health and well-being. You can have a load of money in the bank and be sick. What good's it going to do if you then got to use that money to get your health back? So, first things first, straight away up into a climb. No flat sections, nothing that's like easy going, as you can probably hear. It's sending the heart rate and the breathing through the roof. This is literally within 60 seconds of getting out of the van. So try and compose myself as I go up here. What's the lesson with this? Well, sometimes you really can't avoid that you might have to do a big hill or challenge without really much choice, and life throws this at you and you have to just crack on and get on with it. Plus, carrying this weight, it doesn't make it easier. So I always think this is a good opportunity to really dig in and focus. So after about 10 minutes of climbing, finally up to a little summit, and yeah, got to keep going. More hills to come, but the way I look at it, you overcome one hill or challenge in life, you then get a bit of a break, you get a breather, and then there's a downhill that will come up to, and that will give me some rest before I then have to challenge the next hill and the next obstacle. So this is a lot like life. You have a challenge, you get a rest, another challenge. Each time you face those challenges, you approach them as a stronger version of yourself, and with the knowledge that you've already overcome challenges in the past, so you can overcome this one. So, coming up on 2 hours nearly out on this hike. Probably hear in the background gunfire as some local farmers or estate owners are killing a pheasant. They're either a really shit shot or there's a lot of pheasants because there's a lot of shooting. Anyway, what have I discovered so far along this hike? This bag doesn't get any lighter. That's the first thing. But also, being out in nature is just absolutely amazing. Like the views that you get, so peaceful. And I was listening to a podcast yesterday on dopamine and how mobile phones and social media and all of that has a huge impact on our dopamine levels. Now, I do a lot of cold water swimming, have an ice bath at home as well, do my Wim Hof breathing. I studied with Wim Hof years ago, and I find that amazing. Like, you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, which again, another life lesson of how doing the hard thing makes you better. There is no shortcut. There's no easy way. Anyone who tells you there's a shortcut and an easy way to doing something is probably selling you some BS program and trying to get your money because they're trying to make money quick. So yeah, my advice to anyone would be start small, start gradual, and do it step by step. Don't try and be a hero and do everything overnight. And also, don't get discouraged when results don't come overnight either, because it takes time, commitment and dedication. There is no shortcut to success. It takes perseverance, but also what you learn along the way of working towards your goals is worth it. That is the whole point. You know, when people talk about the hero's journey and also what it takes to become great and to realise your greatness, you don't want to shortcut it. You might think you do because you want the result right now, but actually, I can tell you from personal experience, I've learned so much along the way from all of the failures I've had, whether in sport, business, life, friendships, relationships, whatever the case may be. Every single time something, you want to call it a failure, I call it a lesson learned, but I've learned something from it and I've become a better person from it. So I'm not the person I was a year ago, let alone 10 years ago. In fact, I'm not the same person I was a month ago, because I'm always pushing myself and always learning to have that beginner's mindset and keep trying to better myself in all walks of life. Now, whether that's physical, like taking this big ass backpack out for a hike on some really hilly terrain, or whether it's mental through mindfulness and developing great understanding of emotional intelligence and resilience, doing meditation, whether it's spiritual side and sitting down and doing more prayer, or reading about other faiths and religions to broaden my mind and to have a better understanding of the world around me, so I'm not trapped in an echo chamber of knowledge and information. I'm always looking at ways I can improve in every area of my life, because I truly believe life is a gift and we should be really grateful for it. And there is so much that we just ignore or don't take the time to sit and be grateful for it. And then when we get challenges and obstacles, a lot of the time I hear people complain about it. Oh, why me, why me? Well, if you turn that mindset around, and this is what I like to coach people. And when I say coach, I take very much a teaching mindset to it, is helping you understand what can you do to be empowered, and how do you overcome these challenges in life, and how do you get fitter, how do you get mentally stronger, more robust, how do you develop a deeper spiritual connection to whatever your faith is. I'm not saying you have to believe in God, that's what I believe in. I believe in God. I'm very strong with my faith and my connection, but that's not for everyone, and I respect that. And if people want to have a deeper connection to something, that's where I like to help them. So yeah, that was another little update. I'm now going up a hill, so you don't want to hear me puffing and panting as I go up this hill. So I will check back in and, well, hopefully when I get to the summit. So, as you can see, more steepness, more challenges, more inclines, but we push on. I actually thought to myself, whilst I was heading up here, that, do you know what? People need to see this, because I've got this 35 kilo pack on, going up this hill, and it's not easy. In fact, it's really freaking difficult. Legs are burning, lungs are burning, glutes are burning. But you know what? This is what it takes sometimes to get it done. So get out there, get on top of your day and go and smash your day. Have the most incredible weekend you possibly can. Don't sit around waiting for something to happen. Go and make shit happen.